The 4th of July is coming up, so it's time to send an American favorite millions of families will enjoy over the holiday: hot dogs. Now, first, no, I do not currently eat hot dogs. No, it's not because they look like penises and I'm subtly trying to avoid looking like I'm sucking a dick. Yes, I have had a hot dog in the past, and no, that is not a euphemism for dick sucking. Now shut up and learn about your accidental suicidal tendencies. Hot dogs are an American staple. But they're from Germany. Not only are they not from America, but Germany isn't even sure where in their country the sausages began. You filthy casuals. Some argue that the origin of the hot dog was Frankfurt, because, you know, hot dogs are called Franks. Seems reasonable, except if we use that logic, all of the Franks we know would be from Frankfurt. A la Uncle Frank, Frankie from the ballpark, and Frank the bus driver who was always a little bit too happy to help ladies off the bus. Others say that hot dogs originated in Vienna, because Vienna in German is Wien, and plenty of people refer to hot dogs as wieners. I know this isn't really a sin on the hot dogs, but hot dogs aren't even a brand anyway, so I feel no guilt in sending the city of Vienna for calling itself Wien and being proud of it. The list of name derivatives don't stop after Frank and Wien, although they are the only names aiding in the dispute over the origin of the hot dog. Some people call them tube steaks, bangers, and once, the hot beef injection. Regardless of what you call it, the hot dog is truly a cookout staple. But here's the thing, you don't have to cook it. Every hot dog is fully cooked before it's packaged. We've been wasting our life in 30-second microwavable intervals, heating up a food that won't actually taste any better when it's hot and is safe to eat when cold. Now, actually, maybe safe wasn't the right word. See, most hot dogs are really bad for you. One typical hot dog cart dog is around 300 calories with 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That's a gram of sodium, which is a lot of sodium. Actually, almost the daily recommended amount of sodium. And who the hell just eats one hot dog? It's not just the sodium content that worries people though. See, hot dogs contain nitrates. Okay, science lesson time. The thing about nitrates is that they're actually good for you. They occur in all plant foods and are most concentrated in green leafy vegetables. Arugula to be specific. I know what you're thinking. Bobby, does this mean I don't have to eat my greens? No, it doesn't. Sin on you for thinking that. The problem with nitrates is that they have the potential to be converted into cancer-causing nitrosamines. Now, in what circumstances do nitrates convert to nitrosamines, you ask? In the absence of plants. So, like, hot dogs. See, it's antioxidants like vitamin C in plant foods that prevents nitrates from forming nitrosamines. That's why most hot dogs have vitamin C added to them.
Oh my god, it smells so bad.
Unfortunately, the vitamin C just stands for cancer when occurring in processed meats, as Gut Journal published a study finding that in the presence of fat, which hot dogs are full of, vitamin C not only stops preventing nitrosamine production, but increases it by as much as 140-fold. A study by the American Institute for Cancer Research found that one hot dog a day increases your chances of colorectal cancer by 20%. That's compared to people who do not eat hot dogs, clinically referred to as losers or unpatriotic scum. Oh, and even unopened packages of hot dogs are at risk of developing a bacteria called Listeria. Not to be confused with Listerine, which should never ever be mixed with hot dogs in any context. Listeria can actually be transmitted from mother to baby during pregnancy. So pregnant women, stick to that beer you're shotgunning in the back while everyone else is around the grill. At least your baby will enjoy being drunk in utero. Once the kid is out of you and eating hot dogs on its own accord, you should probably keep an eye on it. The dog, not the kid. I mean, yes, also keep an eye on your kid, but okay, just listen. Hot dogs present a significant choking hazard, and yes, there is a blowjob joke to be made here, but we're talking about children, you insensitive twat. Now that you know that you're being bitten by the wiener that feeds you, we can almost move on to the fun stuff, like Coney Island and Nathan's Famous. But first, some more fun facts. There's this process by which meat is mechanically separated from the bones, producing a meat-like creation coined, mechanically separated meat. This process is actually illegal in the US for beef because of concerns that arose around 2004 during the mad cow disease outbreak. However, for some reason, it's still fine for poultry. So guess how your delicious turkey dogs are prepared. Once the meat is separated, either mechanically for poultry or in big vats for other meat-like substances, it gets shoved through a casing, usually. Some are skinless. These are the hot dog equivalent of circumcised peens, cooked in a long tube of cellulose that gets removed before they're packaged. As I'm filming this, I'm searching for a good circumcision joke, but I don't think this one's right. Sin for getting me oh so close before dumping me on my ass. Thanks, hot dogs. Anyway, the original hot dogs were naturally cased, meaning that they used the small intestines of animals like sheep, pigs, and goats. Yum. Rumor has it that this was first used as a cooking method in ancient Rome when Nero's cook, Gaius, was accidentally presented with a fully cooked yet unclean pig, meaning that its insides were still inside of it. Since they starved their animals for a week before cooking them because they enjoyed torture on a transcendent level, the intestines were just puffy and empty and perfect for stuffing bits of meat into. Because if a dead animal is presented to you with its intestines exploding out of it, your first thought is obviously going to be, fill them up and eat them. Can I send the entire 1st century for that one? Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, the hot dogs that have natural casings are the ones that snap when you bite into them, like Nathan's Famous Beef Franks or Zweigel's Red Pop Opens. We don't like any other food that snaps when we bite it. Actually, I can't even think of another food that snaps when we bite it. Most hot dogs in the US are the skinless ones from that circumcision joke earlier. Yeah. Those ones. They're cheaper and more uniform in shape and don't snap at you. They're the limp, lifeless creations that you likely enjoyed growing up, constantly questioning if there was indeed a dog somewhere in that flaccid tube. Hot dogs are one of the only foods that taste better when almost completely burnt. I know that's just a preference, but come on. If you can still see the weird synthetic pinkish reddish color, it's not done cooking yet. The fewer penis jokes that can be made about the footlong you're about to shove down your gullet, the better. Okay, time for some fun, unquantifiable history lessons. The first big guy to be credited with selling hot dogs as they're known today, then just referred to as sausages on a bun, which is stupid because who wants a reasonable, unconfusing name for the snack they're eating, was Charles Feltman. He brought the little buggers to Coney Island and began the long history of slowly killing people via heart disease and carcinogenic chemicals. Oh, Coney Island. There's also this guy with this name that I can't pronounce, so I'm going to call him Fetischwanker, who supposedly also started putting sausages in a bun as an original idea, but his name is so stupid that I'm not going to tell you about it. Huh. You can blame a guy named Chris Von Der for all the times you found yourself at a baseball game eating a $5 hot dog. See, this adventurous entrepreneur not only owned a bar and an amusement park, but also the St. Louis Browns. He introduced the dogs as ballpark fare, and the rest is history. And cancer. And heart disease. One guy named Harry called his sausage rolls dachshund sandwiches, which really just flows off the tongue. Unfortunately for this guy, when a local cartoonist wanted to do some strips about the food, he realized he didn't know how to spell dachshund, so instead he referred to them as hot dogs in the cartoon. How convenient and unquantified is that? Now, if you've ever been to Coney Island, or pretty much anywhere in the US, you've heard about Nathan's Famous. The Polish-American Nathan Handwerker opened up a stand in 1916, and it's become the site of Nathan's hot dog eating contest, where people eat hot dogs. A lot of hot dogs. Like, a disgusting fucking amount of hot dogs. But the best/worst part about this hot dog eating contest are the contestants' names. Names like Joey Jaws Chestnut, Matt Megatoad Stoney, Sonia the Black Widow Thomas, Takaru the Tsunami Kobayashi, and my personal favorite, Steve Ralph Keener. Ralph? I know none of these are technically specifically sins against hot dogs, but this contest wouldn't exist if it weren't for hot dogs. So I'm gonna give a sin to hot dogs. Can you guess what store sells the most grilled hot dogs in America? Go on, you can guess. 7-Eleven. If 7-Eleven is doing anything more than anyone else, it's probably not a good thing to do. Don't eat 7-Eleven hot dogs, people. Jesus, even hot dogs have better standards. And finally, the world's largest hot dog was 60 meters long. It was made in Japan, and I don't know if there's any significance to that, but there has to be some sort of racist Asian dick compensation joke in there. Go ahead and come up with it for yourself, because I'm done. I'm sticking to bananas. Because it's like a penis.
You've just got a touch of cancer.